Ukraine is facing a brutal new phase of the war. Russian missiles, drones, glide bombs are hammering various cities as civilian casualties surge to their highest levels since 2022. Ukraine is also hitting back deep inside Russia, turning the skies over both countries into a battlefield. Our next report getting you the latest from on the ground.
Russian forces have increased the intensity of its aerial bombardment across Ukraine. These are images of burning buildings in Kyiv. Russian missiles slam into the capital as fires tear through at least 3 districts of the Ukrainian capital. Emergency crews rush towards the flames as residents scramble for safety. The assault does not stop there. In Zaporizhzhia, a Russian glide bomb tears into the city. In Kharkiv, Ukrainian authorities says another deadly attack strikes civilians. CCTV footage captures the moment the strike hits, turning an ordinary scene into chaos in seconds. Relatives seen crying over the body of a 40-year-old woman killed by a Russian missile.
The strike happened on a Sunday, a day off, with a direct hit. It occurred in the morning when people were in their homes, and you can see the consequences.
These images released by Moscow shows a road bridge being destroyed in Sumy region. Across Ukraine, the scale of the violence is becoming harder to contain. The latest figures point to the deadliest month for Ukrainian civilians since Russia launched its full-scale invasion in 2022. The attacks are stretching Ukraine's air defenses and putting cities far from the front line under pressure. But Kyiv is not simply absorbing the blows. Ukraine has been stepping up its deep strike campaign against Russia, targeting military infrastructure, logistics and facilities supporting Moscow's war effort. Now Ukrainian drones are reportedly striking across southern Russia. Moscow says that at least 12 people have been killed and 19 wounded in Ukrainian attacks in Zaporizhzhia region. These images released by Ukrainian armed forces show US-made HIMARS firing rockets towards Russian positions. Moscow says Russian air defenses intercepted 276 drones on Monday. Zelensky said his forces had struck an export terminal in the western Rostov region as well as oil facilities. Russia is intensifying its attacks on Ukrainian cities. Ukraine is taking the fight deeper into Russian territory, and with civilian casualties climbing, the war is entering an even more dangerous cycle of escalation. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
After more than a year of slowing recruitment and cutting white-collar jobs, some of America's biggest companies seem to be changing course. Firms across technology, transportation, defense, manufacturing now say they need more employees to support future growth. Major companies have told investors they plan to increase hiring in key areas. The shift also coming after many employers spent months limiting recruitment, believing AI could automate more work and help them operate with leaner workforces. Instead, executives now say AI is proving to be a tool that complements employees rather than replacing them entirely. Companies say the next phase of AI adoption requires more skilled workers, now fewer. Alphabet plans to continue hiring in AI and cloud computing, while ServiceNow reportedly is expanding its sales workforce to capitalize on growing demand for cybersecurity and enterprise software. Booz Allen, which reduced its workforce by 7.5% over the past year after federal spending cuts, now saying it reportedly needs to accelerate hiring as demand rebounds, particularly in national security roles requiring security clearances. HR platform saying many employers that paused entry-level recruitment are hiring again after realizing AI still requires engineers, sales professionals, junior employees who can work alongside intelligence systems. Companies are increasingly looking for workers with AI-native skills rather than expecting AI to actually replace entire roles. The renewed hiring signals coming as the U.S. labor market remains resilient. Layoffs are easing, while recent jobless claims have also remained near historic lows, reflecting a relatively strong employment environment. A staffing firm, Robert Half, saying hiring demand continues to improve and AI's impact on jobs has so far been less disruptive than many feared. However, experts also caution that the long-term effects of AI on employment remain uncertain. While companies are recruiting again, most are not planning large-scale hiring sprees and continue to focus on specialized roles. Economists also say businesses are still trying to determine the right balance between automation and human talent, making the future of work an evolving picture rather than a settled one. As the deadlock over the US-Iran war continues, Pakistan's somewhat desperate attempt to showcase its relevance also continues at a time when his country is in dire need of foreign investments and energy supplies. The Pakistan Army chief is trying to create what is perceived to be a new military alliance of Muslim-majority countries. This process gained momentum last year when Pakistan and Saudi Arabia inked a strategic mutual defense agreement in September. The two sides pledged that any attack on either nation would be treated as an act of aggression against both. Amid the risk of getting embroiled in the West Asia war, the Pakistan Army chief deployed thousands of troops, fighter jets, air defense systems to Saudi Arabia reportedly. While Pakistan has already signed a defense deal with Kuwait, it is also exploring defense pacts with Qatar as well as Turkey. Now, the defense agreement with Kuwait has also come under scrutiny. While both nations signed the deal in 2023 itself, Kuwait ratified it only a day earlier. The reason for this prolonged delay remains a mystery as well. As per reports, the pact establishing a framework for cooperation between Pakistani and Kuwaiti armed forces in areas like training, intelligence sharing, logistics, military manufacturing. A joint military committee will reportedly oversee this pact, which will remain in place for 5 years. This also comes at a time when Kuwait's infrastructure has borne the brunt of Iran's retaliation during the ongoing West Asia conflict. Remember, it has been grappling with a barrage of Iranian missiles and drones, as well as attacks on US bases and desalination plants. As per Reuters, in fact, Pakistan has been negotiating an expanded defense agreement with Kuwait in exchange for energy cooperation and investment. Kuwait is reportedly seeking deployment of Pakistani forces on its soil akin to the Saudi Arabia pact. Reuters also claimed that Bahrain is interested in a similar agreement, whereas Jordan has expressed interest in a weapons and training deal with Pakistan. In January this year, Pakistan's Federal Minister for Defense Production had said that the Pakistan, Saudi Arabia and Turkey exploring a joint defense pact, but a final consensus is yet to emerge. In May, Pakistan's defense minister went a step ahead. He told a local media outlet that Pakistan desires Qatar as well as Turkey to join its existing defense agreement with Saudi Arabia to ensure a robust defense alliance in West Asia. He said, I'm quoting, that will potentially minimize dependence on the outside region. Even as Pakistan attempts to boost its military prowess to strengthen its position in a potential conflict with India, it's worth noting that Munir's forces have struggled to tackle even internal turmoil, whether it's Balochistan, or other areas. There have also been dissatisfaction and growing calls for freedom in POK. Remember, at present, a Pakistan-driven military alliance seems to be a pipe dream at best. Time now to get you some offbeat stories. There is an old saying, age is just a number, and Japan's football icon is proving exactly that. At 59, the legendary striker found the net for the first time in nearly 4 years, helping Fukushima United cruise to a major victory in an Emperor's Cup qualifier. Playing in that incredible 41st professional season, the man fans know as King Kazu raced into the box, beat 2 defenders to the ball and finished a pinpoint cross in the 52nd minute. The goal marking another remarkable milestone in that career that has stretched across 4 decades. He later said the finish came from being in the right place at the right time, adding that he wanted to justify the faith shown by his coach and teammates. From making his professional debut in Brazil in 1986 to playing in Italy, Croatia, Australia, Portugal, the Japanese forward has inspired generations. He also played a key role in popularizing professional football in Japan after the J-League's launch in the year 1993. His latest goal now sending a powerful message: when passion and ambition refuse to retire, age truly becomes just a number. If you spot a spider in your home, do you want to kill it? And experts, in fact, saying now that is not to be done. It's perhaps time to change your approach towards how we perceive spiders. Why exactly shouldn't we be killing spiders then? According to a report, an expert who studies insects, their behavior and impact on the world at large, explaining that spiders are an important part of nature and our indoor ecosystem as well. In fact, the expert who heads the NC State Plant Disease and Insect Clinic in the US reportedly conducted a survey of 50 homes in North Carolina to decode this phenomenon. While it's natural to fear spiders, he also claimed that a majority of the species do not have enough venom to harm humans. In fact, according to him, spiders are particularly useful. Yes, they're useful according to him, as they regularly capture and eat nuisance pests and even disease-carrying insects. Stressing that spiders are not out to get you and bites are extremely rare, the expert had a friendly word of advice here. If you truly cannot stand spiders, try to capture them and release them outside. As a result, both parties will be happy with the outcome and it will be a win-win. To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.